We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. The Marcos administration maintains its firm stance on the country's territorial claims, assuring the Philippines will not lose any part of its territory to other foreign powers. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., however, vowed to ensure that tensions would not escalate in the West Philippine Sea. Stephanie Sevillano has the story.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. reassured Filipinos that the Philippines will not relinquish even an inch of its territory to any foreign power. Marcos made a statement during this year's alumni homecoming at the Philippine Military Academy. The chief executive said his administration would continue protecting the country's territorial integrity and sovereignty.
The country has seen heightened geopolitical tensions that do not conform to our ideals of peace and threaten the security and stability of the country, of the region, and of the world. This country will not lose 1 inch of its territory. We will continue to uphold. We will continue to uphold our territorial integrity and sovereignty in accordance with our Constitution and with international law. We will work with our neighbors to secure the safety and security of our peoples.
Meanwhile, the chief executive asserted that he cannot allow tensions to escalate between the Philippines and China. This amid questions about whether he would invoke the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty between the Philippines and the United States. He said it is counterproductive to resort to the MDT in response to the laser pointing incident by the Chinese Coast Guard in the West Philippine Sea. On the other hand, he assured the Philippine government is in constant communication with its treaty partners, including the U.S. Nevertheless, his administration remained optimistic to resolve such issues given that the Philippines considers China a close friend. Moreover, the Philippines insisted it will not cooperate with the International Criminal Court in the investigation of the government's war on drugs of former President Rodrigo Duterte. This as Marcos maintained the stance that the ICC has no jurisdiction over a sovereign nation like the Philippines, which has a good justice system. For the Pna Newsroom, I am Stephanie Sevillano.
The Philippines addressed the reported cases of harassment in the disputed South China Sea before a security conference in Munich, Germany. Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo said the acts of harassment are among the challenges faced by the Philippines and other countries with claims in the South China Sea. These actions hindered Manila from maximizing the resources in its exclusive economic zones. Manalo maintained that the Philippines abides by the 2016 arbitral ruling. He also clarified that the Philippines and other countries in the region have very strong links with China despite the maritime row over the West Philippine Sea. With this, Manalo said, the United Nations could create greater awareness of the importance of a rule-based maritime order. The DFA had already lodged 9 notes verbal and diplomatic protests before China this year.
Our hope is that the international community, in the context of affirming the need for a rules-based order, would understand our position and help us and support not only the Philippines but other countries in ensuring that we have adherence to a rules-based order in the South China Sea.
The Philippines reaffirmed its warm ties with the Republic of Korea as arrangements are being made to mark the upcoming 75th anniversary of its diplomatic relations. Foreign Affairs Undersecretary for Bilateral Relations and ASEAN Affairs, Maria Teresa Lazaro, and South Korea's First Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, Cho Hyun-dong, held in-depth discussion during the 8th Philippine-South Korean Policy Dialogue. Among the topics addressed included regional and international issues such as ASEAN-ROK collaboration, the West Philippine Sea, the Korean Peninsula, the Ukraine crisis, and international and multilateral cooperation. Lazaro assured both the Philippines and South Korea will press on towards collaborative efforts for their goals. The palace dismissed a purported memorandum circular on a 2-day salary deduction as fake news. The debunked announcement particularly cited deduction from the government workers' salaries to be used as relief fund for earthquake victims in Turkey and Syria. The said memo mentioned of the catastrophic earthquake that struck Turkey on February 6, which caused massive devastation to individual residences and public infrastructure. It noted that it led the government to establish a President's Relief Fund. Government employees are said to contribute 2 days' worth of their salary to the said fund. Forged memo had Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin as signatory, seemingly on behalf of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. The palace then warned the public to exercise vigilance against the false information. Presidential Communications Office Secretary Cheloy Garafil meanwhile said they are coordinating with authorities to investigate the fraudulent memo. The public, however, may verify presidential issuances on the official Gazette of the Republic of the Philippines website and Facebook page. And that is the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head on to the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We are also shown on the social media pages of the Presidential Communications Office and on Radio Pilipinas RP1. Stay tuned for more news updates. I am William Theo. We tell stories that inspire change. Good day, everyone.